Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech for your daily dose of your latest gaming news and myself, Marta. Today is the 9th of November and I have some news from BlizzCon. The news from that particular convention is coming thick and fast with various things being revealed and finally fleshed out. And the focus of this particular video is Heroes of the Storm, which has been something that Blizzard has been kind of working on for a while and has changed names more than once since its creation back in the day. So I'm pleased to say that we finally have some concrete information regarding that, and even got a cinematic trailer, which of course I will be linking in the description, and a ton of information and some screenshots. Now, as you may imagine, Heroes of the Storm is a free-to-play online team brawler. It's basically a MOBA style game, which will allow you to build and customize heroes from across every Blizzard universe and then team up with friends to engage across varied battlegrounds that, quote, impact strategy and change the way you play the game. Now, in each match, you can select from an array of Blizzard heroes and join a team to battle against enemy players with the ultimate goal of destroying the enemy base. The target game match time is 20 minutes. Now, as you may imagine, each hero will start the game with a set of abilities and traits, and over the course of the battle you have the ability to customize your hero with other talents and heroic abilities. While each hero has certain core strengths, the talents a player selects can greatly change the way their hero fights. Support heroes like Uther, for example, can be played as almost a pure healer or can take on more of a damage-dealing role. Talent options will be varied and players will be able to use different heroic abilities. Arthas, for example, can choose the ability to call Sindragosa, a giant frost worm, to do a strafing run, or he can raise an army of the undead to swarm an army. The game will also be offering a selection of different battlegrounds to fight on, and supposedly each battleground will have a special secret that can affect the overall strategy of the match. For example, they gave Blackheart's Bay as a showcase of this, which is a ghostly pirate ship which has taken up residence in the centre. Treasure chests of gold coins will spawn periodically on either side of the battleground. You can collect these coins or steal them from enemy players to pay tribute to Blackheart. Pay enough bounty and he'll trade the ship's cannons on enemy fortifications for quite a nice bit of damage. The Cursed Hollow battleground, though, will offer a different challenge. Here, the fickle Raven Lord holds sway. During the fight, tribute totems will be spawning periodically. Collect enough of them and the Raven Lord will curse the opposing team, disabling their towers and weakening their minions for a period of time. So it seems like they will have a fair few features unique to the map. As I said, many of the battlegrounds will share environmental features such as forts, which will be sprinkled randomly along the pathways between each team's base. Each fort will include structures such as gates to prevent enemy movement and healing fountains for health and mana regeneration, in addition to a protective guard tower. Capturable watchtowers also mark important positions on the map, offering vision on key areas. Now, at the start of the game, there'll be 18 heroes available, and that is, of course, in the beta, which you can now sign up for. But as you might imagine, this is just the first group of characters, as many more will be added over time from Azrael Sanctuary and the Kaprulu sector. Now, Blizzard did offer an official statement saying, quote, each hero offers different strengths and weaknesses depending on their role. Warriors such as Diablo can dive right into a melee, soaking damage, dealing it back. Assassins like Kerrigan deal tremendous damage and can pick off unsuspecting enemies, but must choose their battles carefully, as they can dish more than they can take. Support heroes like Uther can swing the tide of battle, assisting with healing, buffs or other abilities to manipulate the battle in favour of allies. Other types include the Siege and Commander heroes, which are more specialised roles that bring different strengths as you build a team. Now, unfortunately, they didn't really give many details on how the business model is going to work, but that will be discussed in the future. Players will be able to unlock heroes and other content just by playing the game, whereas cosmetic upgrades like skins, equipment and mounts will be available. New heroes will be released over time, along with new maps, and the maps will be freely available to all players. It's also possible that there will be additional talent options for existing heroes as unlockable content. Specific plans for post-launch support will be announced at a later date along with a release date. So at the moment we don't really have even a release window for this particular thing, but you can now sign up for the beta. You can put your name forward, and obviously if the Blizzard gods ordain to give you a key, then lucky you. But given how much Hearthstone keys have pretty much become gold dust the last few months, I can imagine that would be fairly difficult to get into the beta of Heroes of the Storm as well. Still, this sounds really interesting. I think Blizzard definitely has quite a fight on their hands, and of course the MOBA market is fairly saturated with all sorts of different kinds of MOBAs, including the legendary League of Legends and Heroes of Newer to the slightly smaller ones such as Smite and Awesome Noughts and things like that. There are plenty of offerings, and of course there's the mighty Dota 2 as well, and can't forget that. There are plenty of offerings if you're looking for a MOBA game, so they have obviously taken this in consideration, when designing this game, and it seems like they're trying to offer their own unique spin on it, not only with the characters and heroes and so forth, but with how the battlegrounds work. So I think it's really going to come down to how different is it different enough, and is the strength of the IPs included strong enough? And the answer might be yes, because, well, this is Blizzard we're talking about here. Hearthstone is pretty much dominating the CCG market through similar reasons, not just because of the fun and intriguing and basically gripping gameplay, but because of the strength of the IP. And it may be the same case for Heroes of the Storm. Of course, the future is the only thing that will be able to tell us this, but I think that while they've got a tough fight on their hands, it's Blizzard, so I think that they're more than well prepared. Anyway, that is me done for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.